I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I couldn't do my regular Sunday sermons. I was very, very exhausted. So, we're going to do a Bible study today, and we're going to relate it to entering the new year. And I'll share with you some of my experiences in building your life. I want to talk about fruitfulness and productivity in the coming year. It's 2026 coming year, a few days from now. Today is December 30th, but you can apply it throughout your life. And I want you to pay attention and open your heart to learn. The problem I have with sharing from the Bible is that many people who don't know enough, instead of calming down to learn, they want to show the little knowledge that they have. I've, I've read a lot. So I'm not the kind of person you want me to notice you by trying to display half-baked knowledge. I will whip you. Don't come and tell me you thought I was a pastor, that I don't have Christ in me. I have Christ in me, just that I don't tolerate stupidity. I don't tolerate it, frankly speaking, or an attempt to disparage what I'm reading from the Bible and what I'm sharing with you. In the parable of talent, verse Matthew chapter 25, verse 24, then the man who had received the 1 talent came. Master, he said, I knew you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your talent in the ground. So here is what belongs to you. Verse 26. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed? Well then, you should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned, I will have received it back with interest. Take the talent from him and give it to the one who has 10 talents. For to the one who has, for everyone who has, will be given more, and he will have an in abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. And throw the worthless servant outside into the darkness where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So, number one, God hardly gives finished products. He hardly gives finished products. I see people gift people cars and all that. As fine as that is, you just gifted them liabilities. They will start thinking of how to buy fuel and all that. Um, I like it. I went to present some recently to some people, but those people were working in a company that will help them sustain what they had gotten. So God gives potentials. Even in those cars, there were potentials in them. So God gives potentials. He gives you a sperm cell, gives you an egg. The egg becomes a zygote, becomes a baby. The baby is delivered. Inside the jaw of the baby, you have all the potential teeth that will come out, and they will start coming out gradually. In the armpit of the child, there are potentials for hair, the jaw potentials for beards, God gives potentials, and then sometimes the potentials will manifest naturally. Sometimes you need to create the right environment, and then some other times you need to work on the potentials to bring them out. You see, the parable states that each was given according to his ability. And so the servant that had one talent, that was a measure of his ability in the eyes of the master. The servant was angry when he was given one talent. All those statements, I know you are wicked, I know you reap where you do not sow, I know you are a hard man. The bitterness most likely will stem from comparison with what others had. Secondly, the bitterness will be from the fact that he feels that he is working for somebody and the person is reaping a lot. That's what Karl Marx described as surplus labor. Learn to be satisfied with what you have, or let me use the word contentment. Have contentment. What you have. Contentment is gratitude with hope for improvement. So he received that talent. I have not started anything with much. I didn't start life with much. I was born in a rural community, went to Warri in 1963. We lived in a thatch house. We later moved to somewhere else in Okere there, in a mud house made with clay. You see some of them in places like Kibera in Nairobi. In the township, we didn't have much, but I had this instinct and inspiration from my parents. I could see my father struggling to produce things, produce money to take care of us out of very meager stuff that you will disparage. He was doing several jobs. He will do security job at night. Then he will go to work during the day. Somebody's father who was doing that with my father, Dr. Lee Ikpia, is today he is a billionaire. He employs expatriates. His younger brother is a senator, Senator Ikpia. We all grew up in the slums together. He was squatting with somebody. Then he started working in SNAM as a clerk with SNAM Projecti. He will go early. He will be the last to leave there. From there, he got a caravan somewhere along Ebo area, Okumagba estate area. From there, he grew. Okay, one time he was near Ministry of Agri, near the Ovia local government area, Council East. And gradually, with consistency, he is where he is today. And anytime we meet, we reflect on how we started. I had to hawk pap before going to school in the afternoon. One time, my father gave me my school fees on time. My father could collect my school fees before school will resume. A poor man. And today I see people who are graduates who drive cars, they find it difficult to pay school fees. They're always calling and giving one excuse or the other. Life does not tolerate excuses because there are opportunities, no matter how small. And one of the times I took my school fees, I bought fish. They used to call it Oviegara fish. I just walked past that place one day and I saw, and I told my mother about it. We will dry the fish where the College of Education is at Warri now and Don Domingos or so. I used to go and cut firewood there. cut palm fronds to pin the fish. I would dry fish late into the night, give to my mother to go and sell. I wanted to multiply the school fees. So uh, that spirit, I was doing youth service, I was working in several places. The money I was getting, I was preparing for marriage. After the marriage, I started managing my money to do little things. That was how I went, how I managed, opened my own practice with little things, little sums. From there, I went into importation of cars. From there, we imported fish meal, like that, little things. So, number one, don't look down on anything, on any opportunity around you. It can change your destiny. Look at every small thing in your hand with the eyes of God, with a big faith and a strong determination. It is the accumulation of smallness that eventually turns to greatness. So, the servant did not take his talent seriously. He was comparing it with others. I have never ever compared my life with others. If I watch the lives of others, I get inspired to work on my own life to produce results. So I've never had much at once. I've only learned to manage little things on a consistent basis and accumulate something from there. And I've learned to put in much energy. When I started this YouTube channel, I started with the phone I had. I started in the bush, but I was consistent. Some people say content creation. Come and try. Come and try. I started in the farm, inside wheelbarrow, back of truck, and all that. And today we are here. So don't compare. Oh, this studio should have been, this place should have been that, get a new. No, 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 no. Start with what you have. Put in what you have. Give it the best. Drive it on a consistent basis. Avoid listening to critics. I have 8 to 10 vehicles parked in this compound now as I'm speaking to you. A lot of them are money yielding vehicles. But I started as the bus driver. Started as the bus driver. Okay, we started with 5 learners, including my last child. It was the money they gave to me as honorarium from preaching. I rented 3 flats and a warehouse. That was where we started the school for. Because I know the Living Word Academy you are seeing today, the Living Word University you are seeing today, started from a flat in Omo Atako in Omongasi area and or Umocham in Aba. And my son, my eldest son, was among those who started that school. It was started by a group of women called the Unique Women, and it has blossomed. So don't be ashamed of starting small. Today we have 2 big schools. We are building a tertiary institution, and it's like that. Start small. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't compare yourself with others and what they own, and don't be bitter. One of the things, I'm not bitter about Nigeria. I love this country. I'm not bitter. And because I'm not bitter, the country has made me better. So you don't be bitter with people. A lot of people carry bitterness. Even among siblings, you will see people who have bitterness against their parents, bitterness against the country, bitterness against where you are working, against your leader. No, I have members of staff here that are doing business inside my business. We allowed them to trade. We allowed them to do whatever they needed to do to get extra money. But they are the ones who are angry. They will call us names and all that, and they don't do well. So the next thing, the servant said, I was afraid. When you have small potentials, don't fear. Don't fear. Don't fear what people will say. Don't fear what people will think. Don't fear to start. Don't fear what if I fail. No, just do it. He went to dig the talent down on the ground. He was afraid of investing. Why do you have fears? Number one, lack of confidence. Number two, lack of alternatives. You're only reasoning in one direction. You're always thinking in a linear way, while you're supposed to think spatially and multidimensionally. The master said, why didn't you give my money, to the bankers, and I will have had interest from them after coming back from the journey. So, if you have small potentials, you have little in your hand, start thinking of multiple ways that you could, alternative ways that you could use to deploy your resources. And if you do that, you'll find out that there's that singular way, that simple way, that way that has been there that you have not noticed, that you can use to create productivity. Ishmael started with only a well. From that well, he blossomed to become a nation that is most of the Middle East today. Be willing to start small, but be consistent. Diversify the avenues through which you can invest your smallness. Somebody was always telling me, go to Lagos, go to Lagos, go to Lagos. Your anointing is not for a place like Ugeli. And I used to tell them, if your sugar is not much, make a small cup of tea. That sugar will sweeten well. It is better than pouring that sugar into a big jug of tea that will be tasteless. If that servant just produced one more talent, which was easy to achieve, he will have had 100% productivity like the one that had 2 and the one that had 5 talents in return. If he just managed to produce 2 more talents, he will have had 200% and would have changed the course of the story. The Lord will have told him, you see this man I gave little, he has produced more than those of you I gave 5. I've not really had much in life, but God has taught me how to produce extra from the little I have and has made me extraordinary. Tenge, 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 tenge. Simple potentials, simple looks from Uganda. At a young age, he's now a brand ambassador in Dubai for a housing company. Mr. Lover, grandson from Uganda, I think so. Mr. Lover, just from that, he has produced greatness. 1 million subscribers plus. This girl in Kenya, tall, black, beautiful lady with her smile. In the streets of Kenya, she would just be walking in Nairobi. People would gather. At one time, she had only one slip-on that she was wearing. Today, she's all over the world. Start with what you have, where you are. Look at where you want to go. Believe God, and you will reach there. I am Dr. Charles Apoki. God bless you.